Hello. You're going to see quite a few stops and starts on this video, I think, because I'm going to get lots of interruptions. I'm trying to get through 131 stills, which I will not put in the final video because that's just too much, but I'm going to have to do them. And you may have noticed a slight difference in the surroundings. That's because I'm in an attic in London. I'm here for the coronation. So, not that I was invited, but I want to soak up the atmosphere, and maybe when I do that, I'll post some of those videos as well. But meanwhile, I'm going to do what I've been requested to do, and that is the Met Gala. And I'm going to go through, I'm going to go through all the pictures I found. I think it was Vanity Fair. Yeah, it was Vanity Fair that I accessed. Right, that's the first thing. The second thing is I'm Granniopteryx. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds, and I let you know when I've uploaded new videos on Gab and Twitter. The links for those are in the description. If you want to contribute financially to my channel, well, yeah, the links are in the description as well. But the one thing you don't have to bother about links with is the like button, and I would appreciate it if you'd click that because that helps my channel. All right, that's the second thing. Oh yes, and please share and subscribe. Right, now on with the show. And here we have Naomi Campbell, who looks like a kid who's found a bolt of satin that her mother didn't use in the bridesmaid's costume she was making for her, and she's pretending she's an Indian princess. Well, do you call that cultural appropriation, or does that apply only to white people? All right, next one is Billie Eilish, well, doing the Vampire Diaries. Oh, also, sorry about the variable light. Unfortunately, this attic has no blinds on the windows, so when the sun comes out or goes in, you're going to get a very definite difference in all sorts of views of me right now. Okay, now this is wonderful. Who is it? Michaela Cole. I think this is a magnificent piece of work, this dress. It's transparent. This is a little, well, you might call racy in that particular position. But she's got, well, stars, and it looks like, well, you could say that's an astronomical body, couldn't you? It's like an African sky, which is very full of stars and obvious astronomical bodies, because there's not that much light pollution in a lot of Africa. Whoever designed this, Schiaparelli, yeah, they actually nailed it with her. She's got a good body, and she can wear transparent clothing, and she just looks spot on right. Okay, so that's one that's good. This one, well, I don't, why would she want to do this to herself? It's Kristen Stewart. She looks like an ice cream saleswoman with flatulence. I mean, what's with these trousers? All right, next is... now, here, you see, it looks like they've got a dress here, or at least the skirt part of it, and then realising they didn't have enough material for a proper top, they've just stuck a pair of oven mitts here to save her modesty. Okay, next. Oh yeah, and there's stuff growing out of her head as well. Probably it's just standing on end, having seen the rest of the dress. All right, what's this? Yeah, half snake, half secretary. Why would anyone want to look like that? And the colour of that lipstick. Oh my goodness me. Okay, next is Dua Lipa. Now look, I really don't know what to say about this dress. The top half is all sort of virginal. The bottom half looks like Mexican peasant. I half expect her to be walking around saying, "You stole my people's gold." All right, next one. Oh yeah, Kidman as a candle that's melting. Next, Kendall Jenner in Marc Jacobs, it says here. coming as a stick insect by the looks of things. All right, what's the next one? Letitia Wright? I don't know. She looks like she's trying to come as Will Wheaton. Who's this? Oh, yeah. Julia Garner as, well, I don't know what, Harry Potter's fantasy teacher. Ah, Viola Davis. I love that dress. I love it. It's really Supreme's glamour. It's great. It's just right for the Met Gala. I mean, it's perfect. A type of dress. Next one, Margot Robbie having a midriff crisis by the looks of things. Who's this? Yes, Sydney Sweeney as a Christmas cracker, and Halle Bailey as the Ice Queen. And I mean, that's a real improvement on the last thing I saw her wearing, so I'm pretty happy about that. She looks good in that. Yeah, now that's either, who is that? Olivia Wilde. It's either Egyptians in space or this is a sign of a serious ironing accident. Giselle Bundchen in some real old-fashioned glamour. I love that dress. She looks fantastic. Over the top, but yeah, I mean, this is the Met Gala. Right? Now, Vanessa Kirby. Look, when your breasts are smaller than your stomach, you don't wear a dress that shows it. Ah, Lizzo. Outlined in white so you can see where she ends, I suppose. Right, now, this is Leela and Kate Moss. So, I mean, assuming Leela is Kate Moss's daughter, she looks lovely. Kate Moss looks like the mother who's come downstairs in her nightgown shouting, "What sort of time is this to come in at night?" All right, now, what's this? Yeah, I mean, if you look at that, you know, she looks like, you know, one of those bells you call the butler with. I've seen plenty of people dressed as butlers, so maybe she is. If you pick her up and do that, do you think she'll tinkle? Pun intended. Next one, Emily, oh crikey, Ratajkowski. And she looks like a deflated geodesic dome, doesn't she? And this, Margaret Qualley, one of the kids in The Shining. And now that's a nice dress. It's, you know, all drapey and stringy and everything. There's little roses here on the bodice. Olivia Rodrigo, lovely, very nice. I like that one. Okay, this, Maya Hawke, has come as a coconut macaroon. Right, next one, Lala Anthony. She thinks she's Gina Lollobrigida, right down to the sunglasses. Why is she wearing sunglasses? By the way, if you notice, they don't have the arms, so it's like a sort of pince-nez there. I do not see... the height of posing to wear sunglasses at an indoor event. What more can I say? Who's this? Chloe Feynman. Innocent little me. Look, I've even got my feet together like that. How sweet I am. But that black tells you that not so sweet after all. Okay, Bad Bunny, who is wearing a shawl made out of toilet paper. And Serena Williams. When I looked at that, I thought, Serena Williams, what has happened to you? I reckon she should get back to training for tennis. Okay, and this is Salma Hayek. And yeah, that's a nice flamenco type skirt. But she's got this rubber bodice, hasn't she? I wonder what would happen if you blew down the front. Would she inflate and fly away? Now, this is a disgrace. It's a complete disgrace. But if you've got bosoms that size, you don't want to show them off. You don't want to let people know you have absolutely nothing there, surely. Whoever designed this dress for this woman doesn't like her very much. And here is Glenn Close bringing down the curtain, as she normally would. This is Tory Burch, I like the bodice. It's very nice. I'm not sure about the rest of the dress. It's black. I can't really see it. I think it's wired up there, but she might be holding it up. Anyway, it's a beautiful bodice. Elegant. Doja Cat in Oscar de la Renta. And, well, the cat, she's wearing a cat hat, isn't it? And isn't she? And then there's this foam at the bottom, so possibly it's a cat just after it's fallen into a bubble bath. This is Phoebe Bridgers. And hang on a minute. That looks... Now, just a minute, I'm sorry. I mean, it's sort of a first flush, an elegant dress. And then you see this here and this. It looks like the back of Mickey Mouse holding her up. Or putting his arms round her. It's okay. I really don't like these little Mickey Mouse ears over her bust. It's not nice. And this is Taika Waititi. What, the Waititi? Oh yeah, Waititi. And he's decided the Met Gala is going to be so boring, he's just got ready for bed. And this is Anuk Yai, who looks like a lampshade, which leads me to ask, which bit lights up when you pull one of those strings? This is Kim Kardashian. Now, I have a quiz for you. How many chandeliers are there in this picture? Okay. Next, this is Rita Ora. I wonder if she's caught any dolphins with that net. And who's this? Ariane DeBose, who's wearing a dress that looks like two foxes fighting in a bowl of custard. Cody Smith. Well, he's come as Harry Potter, hasn't he? Okay. Kylie Jenner. Looks like a bad accident in a swimming pool. Caitlin Diva. It's a nice dress. Very nice. And the lipstick and everything, just fine. Okay, next. Jared Leto as a cat. Feline great. Okay. And this is Jared Leto again, this time as Jack Sparrow. Maybe the cat is after the sparrow. Kelsey Aspiel. That woman is so thin, she can fit herself out inside an upside-down wine glass. Right, next one. Oh. Maud Apatow. It's fine, it's fine. You know, it's open there. You can see she's lovely and slim, not a spare ounce on her, all the rest of it. I wish I had a figure like that. Very nice. And the dress, very restrained. Lovely. Okay. And this is Jessica Chastain. Thinks she's Mae West. Now, this is Michael Kors and Emily Blunt. Well, he's wearing sunglasses, which is probably because they're hiding his toon eyes, because that looks like a toon. Now, what do you think? And Emily Blunt doesn't look too happy about it either. Maybe he kidnapped her. Vera Wang. Well, she's wearing a lot of chiffon, which might make her look bigger, but she's still as skinny as a rake. And ugly skinny, I have to say. She may design nice dresses from time to time, but she herself, terrifyingly thin. Okay. Whitney Peak, doing a 1930s film fashion type, you know, that's 1930s hairstyle, all this frills and drips and roses and that sort of thing, but actually, in this case, it looks fine, right? Liu Wen who, again, another terrifyingly skeletal person, and she looks like a skeleton rising from a rose-strewn grave, really. This is Radhika, okay, Jones, and she looks like the leader of the choir. And this is Catherine Martin and Baz Luhrmann. And Luhrmann's wearing what looks like a school uniform designed by Picasso. Okay, very similar. There are a few of these around. This is Janelle Monroe, who is, well, the belle of the ball by the looks of things. Now this is Lil Nas X, and it's the worst case of eczema I've ever seen in my life. All right, here we are. Wendy Murdoch, sweet little dress. And she looks fine. She looks fine. Alexi, Ash and Seth Meyers. Yeah, you know, I'm showing these because there are some normal people. I just want you to know that. This is Vara Shabidi. And, yeah, I mean... Okay, look. You see this here? See this? So, ladies and gentlemen, you might not be aware of this, but sometimes has been known that when a woman sits down on the toilet, hikes her skirt up, hoists her skirt, hoists and hoists her skirt up, and then sits, and then gets up, and then pulls up her tights, you know, her skirt gets caught in the tights, and that's what that looks like, I'm afraid. This, I think those lines are there to make her look slimmer. This is Ice Spice, and it didn't work. Okay, this, Irina Shayk, another night dress. Oh, God. Vanessa Hudgens, it looks like she got the Boy Scouts to do the knots, doesn't it? And this is Amanda Seyfried, giving a string vest a whole new meaning. Here we have Ben Platt, a waiter in the Navy. What's this? Now this, Sora Choi. This is really over the top, and it's really weird, and it's still good. It's nice. It looks like, you know, those Japanese prints showing couples in a loving embrace, and they're both wearing these floral kimonos, and the material is sort of interlinked, and it's all very artistic. Well, that's what that looks like, and I like it. All right, next. All right, Sarah Chen, looking like the sort of silver paper you find chocolates wrapped in. And this guy, Leon La Yi. And things get pretty bad when you've got to bring your own fan. This dress here, it starts off looking fine. Grace Elizabeth, the idea is great. The problem is it just looks like a bedspread, doesn't it? Anita. Look. The bodice is fine. It's got this weird collar sleeve thing, which is also fine, you know, for an occasion like this. What's this here? I'm assuming it's like a pocket, so somebody like her can sit at a meal and then shovel the food she's not eating into the pocket. And more black. I don't know why they think that's good. Priyanka Chopra Jonas, and another bloody leg, and I'm just sick of these sticking your leg out dresses. Jenny Kim, who looks like a 14-year-old Japanese schoolgirl, you know, the sort that advertises on Instagram you can buy her knickers. Here's another black and white suit mismatched thing. You know, it looks to me like there was a mix-up at the fabric warehouse. And when the tailor got the material, there wasn't enough for one whole suit. This, Suki Waterhouse and Robert Pattinson. Okay, look, she's, if you can see what the sort of show people are like, this is, I don't know either of these, so I don't know what they are, but she's half naked, well, she's 3/4 naked, and he's fully dressed, and that's a pretty awful comment on the way the world expects women and men to be, really. It's a very pretty dress, but it would have been just as pretty if there'd have been a lining underneath that thing. She's naked as well, or apparently so. I think she is. She's wearing basically a very long string vest, isn't she? And she's very thin, and that makes her marvellous, doesn't it? That's Ashley Park. And this is Ava Max as a Russian snow queen. It's fine, it's lovely. That low thing is going to stop her from reaching up, I suppose, unless there's some give in it. But yeah, it's not a dress that's meant to be practical, is it? This is Brian Tyree Henry with his shirt tails hanging out and what looks like a torn lining. Why does somebody want to look like, well, a person who's recently deceased, or fairly not so recently deceased, and the clothing's turning into rags? I mean, why would you want to do this in a reception that's supposed to be celebrating beauty? This person, just look at, I mean, this is the person I'm talking about. Look at that come on look. And she's pregnant. Okay, just because I'm pregnant doesn't mean to say I can't give you a sexy look. It's ridiculous. Now, I was a bit puzzled by these. There's a fine young man there and his pleasant young wife, except that I don't think that's a fine young man because it's called Brittany Griner and obviously still identifying as a woman. But they are an interesting couple because Brittany is obviously very butch and she's decided she's going to dress herself like a man, and Sherelle is a very feminine woman, and they've taken on the very extreme of socially conditioned roles in a way, and I find that a bit ironic. This is Kei Hui Quinn, probably got that wrong, who is nicely dressed, except he's wearing the sunglasses. However, that's probably why he's still got his weightlifting gloves on, because he couldn't see them with those sunglasses. This is Donatella Versace, and it strikes me that there are more stitches in that face than there are in the dress. Okay, and this guy here is Edward Enifel, and looks like and he's dressed himself up as a 1940s stock figure of the butler, hasn't he? The Black Butler. And why would he want to do that to himself? And this is a nice dress. You see, you can be unusual. That's a very unusual skirt combination thing. And it looks lovely, Mindy Kaling. Right. Now this, Jeremy Pope, it says here. Well, I suppose worrying about the red carpet thing, he's decided to bring the carpet with him. And this is Jeremy Strong, who come as Doc Holliday. And this is Lily James and Charlotte Tilbury. Now, Charlotte Tilbury is wearing a sort of Egyptian queen dress, which would be fine if she'd done her hair properly, but she hasn't. It's a mess. And this person is standing, well, she's looking a bit like a weightlifter. You know, here she has the wrist support, and with a dress that probably weighs as much as that does, possibly being a weightlifter's an advantage. Ah, the rabbi's here. Maluma? Okay. Ah, lavender. There aren't many people who can wear lavender, and she is one of them who can't. And she's not only got a lavender dress on, she's got lavender eye makeup on as well. And does she look happy? No, but that's probably because her bosom slipped out of the low cut. This guy, he looks like the special imperial division of the Hitler Youth. Okay, and this, well, what's her name? Precious Lee. Well, the only thing she's not bursting out of here are the gloves. And what's that pink scarf thing at the back? God, Rochelle Brosnian. Look, not with those breasts, darling. No. This is... what's his name? Alton Mason. Let's face it, fellas, this is your fantasy bride, isn't it? Yeah. And Sean Love Combs. Obviously worried about the air conditioning in that place being too strong. Now, it looks like this girl, Bella Ramsey, got invited at the last minute, and the tailor's chalk markings are still there on the unfinished suit. This is Bradley Cooper, beautifully dressed. I just wanted to remind you. I mean, there are normal people. Camilla Maroney, who got this dress and then realised that the top was missing and stole one of the tablecloths off the reception table. And Cara Delevingne, I can imagine she turning up at the Met Gala saying, "Oh, I thought you said meet at the sauna." Okay. This, well, Cardi B, who has come as a tissue dispenser. And judging by most of her routines and videos, probably most of her male admirers would need a tissue dispenser. Okay, this is Devon, what's her name? Devon Aoki and Jeremy Scott, and she wears those wings better than he does. All right, who's this? Gigi Hadid in Grandma's neck curtains after Grandad died. Okay, and this is the pizza delivery from Jack Harlow, and this is Jenny Ortega. The skirt's missing. Okay, Jennifer Lopez. The jacket's missing. I think these two could get together maybe and make a costume out of what they're wearing. This is lovely dress. She looks great. Even her hair is nice. Very, well, sort of 1940s Veronica Lake glamour, isn't it? This is Berna Roy wearing a blanket, a wool blanket my dad always had in the back of the car for when we had picnics. This is Thames. Now, Thames is unusual because she is the only person who I have ever seen who actually projects what you see when you bump your head on a low ceiling. Okay, this one, Nicola Peltz Beckham. Now, I was looking at this dress before. The top is a top. The skirt is transparent, and it looks like, I may be wrong here, but it looks like she's wearing black knickers and black stockings with, with suspenders. What you Americans call garter belts or something. I think in America you call suspenders the things you hold your trousers up with. Well, in Britain, suspenders are what you wear down here. These things are braces. Anyway, it looks like she is wearing black stockings with suspenders and black knickers. All right, let's get on with it. Now, this person here, I don't know what she's like. I don't know her, Kim Petras, but yeah, this is just incredibly ugly. And she's turned up at a a reception that is meant to celebrate beauty, and she is a sight. Why would anyone want to be seen in public looking like that? Deliberately. Lily Aldrich. Elegant. Yeah, what more can I say? This is Miranda Kerr, and it's a very elegant dress which doesn't suit her. And again, she's wearing this horrible dark lipstick, which seems to be the thing now. She just doesn't look good in it. Paris Hilton, looking almost restrained. Simu Liu. What's with this glove here? Dr. No? All right, what's... This woman here, young Miami, well, channeling Josephine Baker, but not so pretty. What's this? Adut Akech, come as a zebra made of toilet paper. Another toilet paper dress. And does anyone think this is attractive? Is it just me? This dress, it's elegant. It appears to be see-through. It might not be. I don't know. You know, I haven't seen enough of it. If it is see-through, then that's very inelegant. Here we have Amy Griffin and Daniel Roseberry. The Lady and the Butler. This woman. Now look, it's a good try. Aurora James, but that messy frill poking out of the front of the jacket is nonsense. And it's a shame, because that's pretty material and a nice skirt. And even the jacket's a good idea. But that frill, got it wrong. This is Christina Ricci. Great idea. Terrible execution. Look at that bodice. It's horrible. Really badly tailored. Here's another guy who had to bring his own fan. Conan Gray. And he looks like a cross between one of the Musketeers and Roy Rogers. This, Emily Adams Bodie, Minnie Mouse in a dressing gown. Yeah, Cousin It, Wedding Day. This one, F.K.A. Twigs. Well, she's got a weird name, but that's an elegant outfit. This is elegant too. This is Idris Elba and Sabrina Down Elba. Now, I love that dress. It's gorgeous. I mean, you'd have to be very thin to carry that off. I really like the strange cut of it. It's fine. Idris is dressed as the butler again. Isabel Bowmaker with a horned headdress here, and then these little girl shoes. What is she trying to say? I don't know. This one, Leah Michelle. Well, it looks elegant from the angle I can see. I haven't seen the front, but the back, she looks very elegant, and it looks like a nice dress. This is Pete Davidson, obviously hoping no one would recognise him. Sunglasses, hat, big coat. Well, they did. This person here, Quanah Chasing Horse. I think those are Mohav. That's a Mohav tattoo on her chin. And a dress that's a mess that can't make up its mind. There's all that spiky ballet stuff at the bottom. And then badly fitting wrappings here. And these gloves that don't match. I don't know what was going through her mind. And this is Stella McCartney. Why would anyone go to so much trouble tailoring a jacket that's very seriously good tailoring to make yourself look so bloody ugly? And this person here, Hugh Jackman with Deborah Lee Furness. And again, she's half naked or three-quarters naked, and he's wearing a badly fitting suit. And altogether, neither of them particularly prepossessing. Well, I've got through all of them, and in reasonable time. I'm surprised at that. Okay, well, that's my take on the Met Gala for another year. Till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the granniopteryx design or Grambo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.